Hello, everyone. Lately, I've been talking a lot with people who have been asking me how to deal with the narcissists in their lives or with bullies in their lives. And so I thought I'd just come on today and talk with you briefly. I'd like to give you 3 steps and 1 tool to start changing the situation to your own advantage. There's plenty of information out there about who narcissists are, how they act, and there's plenty of information on how the bullies are and how they act. I don't want to be talking about them here because the only person who matters in making the difference is actually you. And it sounds harsh to say that, and it sounds like it's even victimizing. I hated it when they would say that to me, but you know what? I really discovered it is true. Step number 1 is know yourself. You see, back in 2015, when the most severe bullying in the workplace broke out against me, it was because I started saying, wait a minute, you're accusing me of being this kind of person. No, that's not my value system. That's not my principles. I would never behave like that. I would never do something like that. You are a bunch of liars. You see, if you do not know what you stand for, if you do not know what you will accept in your life and what you will not accept in your life, if you don't have those boundaries, guess what? The narcissist is very happy to make them up for you. The bully is very happy to make them up for you. And by taking away the little self-assurance you have, the little self-esteem you have, they take away all your personal power. So step 1 to start rebuilding your personal power is get crystal clear on your values. Get crystal clear on your principles, the principles you want to live up to in your life, and start deciding where you want to be going in your life. Start deciding what you will stand for in your life, what you will defend in your life. I'm not talking about defending yourself. I'm not talking about stepping into situations where there's nothing, where you want to be the hero. I'm talking about really being grounded, okay? And to do that, you have to know where you're going in your life, and you have to know what you stand for. All right. Step number 2, set those boundaries. And to avoid the yo-yo effect, because most people who have been abused by narcissists in their lives, they kind of suffer the Stockholm syndrome, where they're always allowing for the narcissist to come back, or else they're always taking him back or her back, or they'll suffer the bullying and they won't see it as bullying, and so even though at first they get all upset and run away, they keep coming back. To avoid that, you have to start working on building your integrity. And that means not only meaning what you say and saying what you mean, that also means taking a stand, clear and loud. It means that when you mess up, even though you feel ashamed, that you stand up and you say, okay, sorry, my bad. How can I fix this? Okay. And really, you cannot begin to imagine how powerful that feels. Like, it happened to me some months ago. There was this one person I was having a discussion with, and all of a sudden I realized that the whole discussion was caused because of my misunderstanding of what she had said. And so at that point I just said, like, I was feeling really ashamed. I was like, what do I do? Do I just pretend and keep this fight going, or do I take responsibility? So I just said, really, I'm sorry. This is all my fault. Because back then at the beginning when we started saying this and that, I completely misinterpreted what you said, what you did there. And my bad. How can I make it up to you? Really, pretend that nothing of this all happened. Can we just delete the whole last half an hour that we've been discussing fighting here? You know? no matter what they respond, the fact that you took that personal power, wow, it's going to start building that up for you. Okay? So start taking responsibility for everything in your life, because guess what? When you show up consistently, you have nothing to hide, and you show up consistently the same way in all situations with all people, people can't blackmail you anymore. People can't like drill at you anymore. Because you take no shame. You say, yeah, that was my mistake, but that was back then. I'm a different person now. 5 minutes later, you are under no obligation to remain the same person you were not 5 minutes ago, not 1 minute ago. You can change in a second. All right? So please do that. Number 3, respect. Respect the narcissist. And you're going to say, but Amber, I mean, he's a villain. He's an animal. Why should I respect him? Because he is an animal, precisely. I'm talking about the respect that is shown nowadays, where it's practically brown-nosing, okay? I'm not saying, oh, you have to respect him, he doesn't have to respect you. I'm saying respect his nature. Recognize his nature for what it is. What happens if when you go out, let's say you go out to sea in a sailboat, and you have no idea of what the nature of the sea is, and you do not respect the nature of the sea? It's going to flip your boat over. You're going to crash against the rocks, right? Same thing with the narcissist. The narcissist is a poisonous scorpion, a poisonous snake. Don't try to cuddle with it. Keep your distance. Okay? And you'll say, okay, Amber, this is interesting, but how do I go about it? I'm going to give you one tool. Get the book, super old book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Because back in the 90s, I had created my personal mission statement. I had also created my personal professional mission statement, which started out saying, I am the best team player, and I interact with my colleagues like this, and like this. I offer best customer service in best interest of the company I work for. Because I had that piece of paper, which I had shown time and again to the people at work. And they started accusing me. They were really telling me I was the opposite of that. I say, wait a minute, you are trying to tell me that I'm a liar to my face? I wrote this stuff. I stand for this stuff. You are the liars. That's when I started finally being able to really flip the situation. I started seeing them for what they really were. And I stopped believing that just because I was pleading with them to get along, just because I was the lovey-dovey one and the person, I don't come across as lovey-dovey. I know my face doesn't look lovey-dovey most of the time, but when I talk with people one-on-one and coach them in work and everything, wow, they get results, okay? But like I started taking consciousness, and that no matter how good and loving I was, they would not change because they had chosen to be that kind of person. And in the book 7 Habits of Success, Stephen Covey guides you through a whole process where you can start building this person up. You can start knowing deeply who you are, where you want to be going. You can build your own personal mission statement, and you won't be so easily fooled anymore. You will start taking back your personal power. Try it for 6 months straight. Like, read it, study it, do the exercises, put it into practice in your daily life with everyone you are interacting with. And I'll guarantee you, your things are going to start changing already from the first weeks. If you need any help, any suggestions, I'm here all the time. You can feel free to contact me. I hope this is useful to you. Much love to everyone. Ciao.